everybody. This is Miss Caroline. It's September 23rd. We're at the Gordon Room here at the library in the beautiful town of Danvers, and we're about to start reading another great book in the Brave Book series, and this one is called Paws Off My Cannon. And all the action does take place in a little town, Mushroom Village in Freedom Island. Freedom Island is really just like America because people long ago, many, many years ago, fought long and hard to provide a free nation. And it's up to us to be good stewards, good citizens, and protect our freedoms. So I hope you all enjoy it. We're going to begin shortly.
Welcome back.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to those of you who have been here before. It's always good to see your faces. And today, everyone's really been loving these Brave books. So today, the book is called Paws Off My Cannon. And all the action takes place in Mushroom Village, which is part, my son.
I'll get it, you read it.
Which is part of Freedom Island. And the people who are living on Freedom Island, just like our country, their ancestors fought long and hard to make Freedom Island and make it a safe, beautiful place to live. And just like in our country, takes good citizens working together to really protect it and to cherish it. So this is a little preview of what the book is about. Oh, thank you.
I was looking for more tape. There we go.
Okay. So this was written by Dana Loesch in Brave Books. And I'll just pause so you can see the beautiful illustrations. So the main character, that's right, his name is Bongo. And as you can see, what's Bongo holding? Can you make that out?
A mushroom.
Well, they look like mushrooms, but they're all decorated with the sprinkles.
Cupcakes.
Yeah, he's holding lots of cupcakes. He loved food. And in particular, Bongo loved cupcakes, which is why he lived in Mushroom Village. They had plenty of cupcakes. Every night, Bongo and the other villagers sat around the rockin' rollin' river, eating delicious mushroom-shaped cupcakes with loads of red and blue and green icing. So that sounds delicious. Sounds like a place I would want to live. But one night, the picnic went terribly wrong. Uh-oh, there's trouble. What happened at that picnic? A hungry hyena sprang onto the riverbank, waving a coconut cannon. And Bongo's best friend Bonnie squealed, "Oh no, the hyenas are here for our cupcake dinners."
Oh no.
Oh no is right. The hyena, quick as a flash, grabbed her picnic basket full of sweets. Bongo chased the hyenas in circles and squares, but cha-bam! Uh-oh. Bongo and Bonnie landed flat on their bums with bulbous bumps growing on their heads. Uh-oh. Before they could count to 5, the hyena was halfway home to the deserted desert. Oh no. So what happened? The hyenas managed to get all of those cupcakes and ruin the picnic. Hyenas were the only bad thing about living in Mushroom Village. They were lazy and they didn't like cooking, so they roamed around looking for a sweet meal to steal. So what do you think of those hyenas? How would you describe those hyenas? Are they good hyenas? Are they troublemakers? What do you think?
Bad.
Yeah, they're bad hyenas. They're trying to take from other people what does not belong to them. Right away, the leader of the town called a meeting. Poor Bongo and Bonnie, we must find a way to stop all this violence. So they're thinking, well, we have to protect our village here from these bad hyenas. Bonnie spoke up. We should make a rule and write it on a big sign. No one can bring coconut cannons into Mushroom Village. Then we will be safe. So that's one idea they had. They just make a big sign and let people know you can't bring coconut cannons here. So they felt that was okay. Right on, said half of the village. The other half of the village said, not groovy. The other half didn't really like that idea. So what's separating the village now? What's that right in the middle?
The bridge.
Right, the bridge and the river. And one half said, no, we don't like the idea of a sign. And the other half said, yeah, that's a great idea. Coconut cannons are how we protect ourselves. Bongo rubbed his head. We should keep our cannons close in case the hyenas come back. Well, what do you think of that? That sounds like a good idea. I mean, you know, just in case, always good to be able to defend yourselves. Oh, silly Bongo, Bonnie said. If you disagree with us, we'll have to split Mushroom Village in half, and it will be all your fault. And then we'll know who's really safe. So the people who didn't agree with Bongo, what did they tell Bongo to do? What do you think? They told him, well, he'll have to go live somewhere else.
Out of Mushroom.
Right, out of Mushroom Land. So after arguing back and forth and back, the village just split right down the middle. And on the west side, the villagers put all their cannons away, and Bonnie smiled as she threw hers into the river. Ooh, but Bongo knew that was a mistake. So half of the village said, well, we feel safe now, we have a sign. People know they can't bring cannons here, we'll throw all of ours away and we'll all be safe. And they thought that was a pretty good idea.
They agreed.
Yeah, they agreed, right? Sighing a deep sigh, Bongo packed up all his cannons and he pushed them across the river to the east. So Bongo, he wasn't convinced. He said, you know what, I'm gonna move away to the east, away from Bonnie and those residents, and I'm just gonna make my own home elsewhere. And I'll just keep my cannons, my coconut cannons, just in case. Then Bonnie's side tore down the bridge and made signs. And their sign said, no coconut cannons allowed. No cannons here. Still no cannons. So they let everybody know there was no cannons to be found anywhere in Bonnie's side of Coconut Village, or Mushroom Village, excuse me. The next morning, Bonnie and the animals on the west ate their cupcake breakfast without fear. Yeah, that looks pretty fun. Look at all the cupcakes, and they're out in the sun and enjoying themselves, having a nice time by the riverside. Oh, and there's Bongo and his friends over here. It looks like they're having cupcakes too, so they're having a little breakfast. They're just not all together. They're separate. The next morning, Bonnie and the animals on the west, they ate their cupcake breakfast, and Bonnie said, the signs will protect us. So they felt very comfortable. They felt very good. They reached a solution. They had signs posted, and they would be safe. On the east bank, Bongo strapped extra coconuts to his chest just in case, and it was a good thing too. Just as he was about to bite into his green and purple breakfast cupcake, a watchdog howled, "Hyenas on the horizon." Oh no, and what does that mean if hyenas come? What are they gonna do?
They're gonna eat them.
Right, they're not good hyenas, they're going to cause trouble.
They're hungry.
They're hungry hyenas. Oh, who's ready? Who's ready?
Bongo.
That's Bongo, that's right. He's not gonna put up with any foolishness from hyenas. Bonnie just glanced at the hyenas and shrugged. Well, they can't bring their cannons to our side, she said, because we have a sign. Bongo jumped up and gripped his cannon. They've come for breakfast. Chaboom went the hyena's coconuts. Shabash went Bongo's cannon. Never bend at the knee. In 5 seconds flat, Bongo and his buddies had given all the hyenas their own bulbous bumps, and quick as a flash, they scrambled away. So what did that teach the hyenas? After
Don't mess
Bong-
with me.
Right, don't mess with me. Don't mess with us, because we are protected. There's people watching, and we are
Those
protected.
are a lot of hyenas.
Right, and they got what was coming to them for trying to steal all the cupcakes from Mushroom Village.
Steal all the cupcakes. That one steals all the cupcakes.
Right, they weren't nice hyenas at all.
Sound effects.
But they didn't run back to deserted desert. No, the hyenas leapt across the river to the west side of the village, and Bonnie gasped. They broke the rules. The sign specifically says they can't bring their cannons. Well, who was following the signs? Right? Yeah, that's right, Hannah. So only the nice people who obeyed the laws followed the signs, and the people who didn't obey the laws,
They didn't
they
follow.
didn't follow the signs. They didn't care they're not afraid of a sign. They're going to do what they're going to do because they don't follow the law.
Mhm.
So
They have to
people,
be nice and share.
Yeah.
exactly. So the only people who disobey the law are the people who don't respect laws and respect rules.
They're the hyenas.
They're the
Mhm.
hyenas, so, exactly. Exactly. So before long, the hyenas had taken all of the cupcake breakfast on the whole west side of Mushroom Village, and not a single animal was left with a coconut-shaped bump. So those hyenas were determined to get those cupcakes, and they weren't gonna obey signs, and they did not give up. Well, who do we have here? That's Bongo, right?
Bongo.
Yeah. And there's the sign, no cannons here, still no cannons, no coconut cannons. After the hyenas fled, Bongo stood biting his nails. What if the hyenas hurt Bonnie? Because Bonnie was still his friend, even though they disagreed on some things. He was still friends with her and loved her. But the sign was still standing, and the rule was in place. No coconut cannons on the west side of the village. Slowly, Bongo set down his cannon, and swiftly he swam, so that's him swimming across the river, and silently he crept through the crumbling town. So first he swam, then he's walking, and now he's kind of looking around saying, boy, what can I do to protect everybody? Phew, there was Bonnie, bruised but not battered. Bongo scooped her up and helped her stand. So the good news is Bonnie, his friend, was not hurt by any hyenas. The hyenas do not obey our laws, Bonnie announced. If we want to protect ourselves, we must be ready to fight back. The animals nodded. They tore down the sign and they bound up their bumps. So what did the animals learn after all, well, they learned it the hard way, but what did they learn?
Because the hyenas can't be trusted.
Right? Right, and they have to defend themselves. When the hyenas returned for lunch, they were dazed and confused. Every animal in Mushroom Village was armed with a weapon, and Bongo stood at their head. "Lunch is served," Bongo growled. After a chabash and a few chabops, the hyenas bounded away, howling and whining, their tummies grumbling grumpily. So they learned their lesson. They weren't going to be, intimidating the people of Mushroom Village anymore. And so that night the picnic continued. Bongo and the other villagers sat around the rock and rollin' river eating delicious mushroom-shaped cupcakes with loads of purple and yellow and orange icing. They ate in peace because they knew Bongo would protect them with his coconut cannons. Bongo loved food, but most of all, Bongo loved his village. So he loved his village, and he respected the people in it, and loved the people in it, and he wanted to protect it. That's what he was told to do. Before long, Bongo received a very mysterious letter, and I'll read that to you. "Dear Bongo, the courageous use their strength not to hide, but to defend the defenseless. Your eagerness to protect your village without sacrificing honor or integrity shows the strength of your character far beyond your years. Freedom Island needs heroes like you. If you are willing to defend our dear island, answer the call. Journey to the Wizard's Way by the first day of fall. Hurry, our nation cannot hold back these dark forces much longer. Anticipating your speedy arrival, the legends of Freedom Island." So Bongo was called, he had a higher calling to keep defending all the people of Freedom Island so they could live in a free country. So, what did everyone think of that? Any reactions or? I like the message. In fact, this you probably may have guessed that the message behind this book has a lot of parallels with our Second Amendment. And in our Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, and it was written in 1791, and it was written to ensure that all Americans have the right to bear arms in order to protect themselves, their families, their loved ones, their towns, their cities. The Second Amendment reads, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." And they thought, our founding fathers thought it was important enough to include this. Also against maybe governments that might be getting out of control. And it's up to all of the citizens to be good stewards and to, of course, respect the laws of your nation, your towns, your cities, but be willing to defend it because we want to keep a free country. Just like the people on Freedom Island, they wanted to keep their island free. So, with that in mind, would the kids like to, and the adults, would you like to play a couple of games?
Want to play a game?
Okay. Let's see, there was a few I had in mind. One game, and this is kind of fun, but would the adults like to be the hyenas and the kids can be Bongo's friends and fight for Freedom Island? Because that will involve the Hershey bars.
Yay, good job. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and all it is, the girl, these two girls, I know they love to participate. They are going to, first, I'm just going to give them one little ball to try to throw at the hyenas to keep them away from the Hershey bars. And we'll see how that goes when they don't really have a lot to defend their town from the hyenas. And hyenas, what you have to do is get past the girls who only first have one little ball to throw at you to protect the island. You're going to be grabbing the Hershey bars.
You gonna go up with Ava, protect her?
Okay. But then things will change. So first start off with one little ball and see how many Hershey bars they can get. Well, they might not be able to get any, but let's see how well they do, because you don't have much to protect yourself with, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. You're mean hyenas. Well, try again, hyenas, because you're pretty mean now. She already threw away her ball, so I bet you could get some
Gonna get a
Hershey
Hershey, I'm gonna get a Hershey.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, how you gonna get one? Get a Hershey ball.
bars. Okay, now hyenas. Freedom Island is going to have more balls to protect themselves. So let's see if you're still lucky and can get those Hershey bars. I'm giving you girls some more ways to defend yourself. Pretend these are balls too. And you have lots of things to protect yourself. Now, let's see if they can get those Hershey
I
bars.
don't
Yeah, the
know.
girl, Bongo. Find us.
I don't know.
Come on, hurry up, let's get it. Oh, hurry up, let's get it, girl.
Oh, got it. They're not getting anything. You're
Let's keep
protecting.
going, let's keep going for it. Come on, we're gonna get it.
You're protecting Freedom
got it.
Island.
Oh!
That's right.
No Hershey bars for
I'm out of
them.
here.
That's right. Good
No, no, I want a
job.
Hershey bar. Are you wanting that, girl?
She's
That's it, I don't want to get hit anymore.
Oh, you
I'm
taught
on
them
the
a
way.
lesson. Those
You
naughty
taught 'em a lesson.
hyenas.
I almost got you
Good job. So that taught the bad guys a lesson that if you had lots of different ways to protect yourself, then you could live free without being afraid of being harmed
Can
by
I have a
those
candy bar?
harmful hyenas. Oh yes, well I'll get Hershey bars. Don't worry. I won't take a bag home for myself. No way. So that was a fun way, just to learn, just to kind of reinforce that message that if you have many different ways to protect yourself in your family, in your home, those bad guys are going to think twice about trying to do anything that they shouldn't, because they don't follow rules. Okay, so let's see. This was kind of a fun game. This I think you'll like this. Okay, let me get my props. Okay. So this is going to pretend to be the river, or the banks of the river. Remember, we had Bongo's side and Bonnie's side. And Bongo's side was safe, and Bonnie's side just had the sign. So we found out that Bonnie's side wasn't as safe as she thought. So I'm going to label this Bonnie and this Bongo. So let's see. So let's see here. Okay, so girls, I'm going to give you some words, and you have to decide if that would be something that could protect you or not against those awful hyenas. Okay, and if it is, then you jump to Bongo's side. If you think that wouldn't protect you, you jump to Bonnie's side. You think you can do that? Okay. Come on up.
You want to play too? And I'll play with you?
And one more thing, just to make it even more fun, you have to try to pretend to use the word that I give you, okay? So it may sound confusing, but after 1 minute, you'll understand. Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm going to say baseball bat. Do you think that could protect you against a hyena? Okay, so you go right to Bongo's side, which is right here, and then pretend to use a baseball bat.
How'd you help? There you go.
There you go. Okay, now I'm going to give you another word. How about a life jacket?
I think it's the right one.
Yeah, that could protect you, because if you're in the water, you know, you need a life jacket. So how do you use a life jacket? Just kind of pull a string and it inflates, and you can swim around. All right, how about a banana? Would that protect you against a hyena?
Jump
So
on
then you
Bonnie.
jump to Bonnie's
Okay, go
side.
to Bonnie's side right there. Yeah, I'll go.
And how would you use a banana? I guess you could peel it and then eat it. All right, how about a bike helmet? Yeah. Because that would protect you if you fall off a bike, it protects your head. So that's a good way to protect yourself. So hop over to Bongo's side. There you go, you can do it. Woo!
Good job.
How about a smelly sock? Would that protect you?
No.
Go on.
So you hop over to Bonnie's side.
Jump. There you go.
Oh, here's a good one, a seat belt. Yeah, because seat belt, you wear them in the car in case, protect you. There you go, so that's a good way to protect yourself. And what about a coconut cannon? Yeah, so you stay on Bongo's side, because that protected him against the hyenas. And how about a juice box?
No.
I know, that's silly, huh?
Jump over.
How would you use a juice box? I would just
You
drink it.
drink it.
Yeah, just drink it. So why is it important to have things that protect you? Why do you think?
Keep you safe.
Yeah, to keep you safe and your family safe. And then remember in the story, what did Bongo use to protect his village? What was that groovy thing he used? A coconut.
The coconut cannon.
Yeah, that's right. But whatever we use to protect ourselves, we do have to use it safely, right? And respect what it is, and it's always best left to adults who are responsible adults. But it's good to learn that we all should be able to feel safe in our homes and with our families, and know that there are people, good guys, who can protect us. So that's, so you girls were great. You girls were great. Did you enjoy the games? Yeah, and you enjoyed the chocolate, I can see. Would anyone else like some? No, don't even, I'm just gonna give it to you. Stick it in your freezer if you want to avoid temptation, but I'm not even gonna say who would like one. I'm just gonna give you all a few. Take as many or as few as you want, because this was fun.
Thank you, Miss Carolyn.
And thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this book reading. I know I did. And our next book reading will be right here at the Gordon Room in the Danvers Library. This one will be October 14th at 10 a.m. And the book will be Fame, Shame, and the Raft of Blame. Hope to see you there. God bless.